alongside Cliff Hughes, and sometimes you wonder who's writing these scripts. A sitting elected official, democratically elected official, says he's standing with the Cuban government. The opposition is standing with the Cuban government. Yeah, that's what we're getting from a sitting member of parliament, democratically elected member of parliament. And I want to ensure that I read the quote correctly. The opposition is steadfast, says MP for Southern St. Catherine, Fitzjackson. The opposition is steadfast. We stand with the Cuban government on this matter. Someone listening to the program messaged me to say, did Fitzjackson mean to say they stand with the people of Cuba? Well, if that's what he means to say, he needs to come out and clarify and withdraw what he said and then restate the right thing. He stands with the people of Cuba, the government of Cuba, pardon me. Well, this listener is right to ask, did he mean the people of Cuba, not the government of Cuba? Because if he means the government of Cuba, Fitzjackson has several questions to answer. Fox, good morning to you.
Morning, brother Tyrone. How you do?
I give thanks. How things with you?
Yeah, man. Just drink some water, meanwhile you're on the mic, man. but listen to me now. I don't know why you're surprised that Chief Jackson says in proper believe the Cuban more than the Jamaica government, I don't know why you're surprised. Because we all long know that they rap and tie themselves with the Cuba so much that they can't see nothing wrong with what is going on. But let me tell you something, my brother. I hear you're pressing the Minister of Health, asking him about when did he know that certain action that is going on with the Cubans. And I think he's directly trying to avoid the Tyrone, the Minister of Health, that is, because we've gone past that. The contract is going to hop. And I wanted to listen to me a few. The contract is going to hop, and what the minister have to deal with now, Brother Tyrone. We still have people who have to go to see the doctor. We have people who have to go get a certain injection, certain medication, and they normally go to the Cuban doctor. Correct? You hearing me?
You asked me to listen, and I am listening.
Yes. So my brother, so the minister is trying to say to you, and I hear you asked him on Monday, and I hear Siobhan asked him again, and he still trying to go on. And I think he deliberately trying to avoid that because that is of no moment now, in my view. Because you see, my brother, the minister has to go find doctors, pull doctors from different various hospitals to come fill the gaps. And I just said this morning, we have to just prepare to feel the pinch. You understand? Now, where the whole thing of this contract is concerned, Brother Tyrone, the Cuban fully responds to them people. You understand? I do some checks and I said, they school them, them pay them tuition, and then pay for them accommodation for wherever they are staying and working. So, it's a contract, my brother, that has been going on since 50 years, I said, right? So I don't know what much you can take away from this. You understand? And as the minister said,
So can I speak now?
Yes, sir.
First of all, I do not agree with your assessment about the minister trying to dodge and evade the questions that we're asking him about what the government knew and when they found it out. Not acceptable. Hindsight is 2020. There's lots to learn from looking back over our actions of the past. That if we don't look at our actions and assess them, we're going to repeat the mistakes of the past. And that is, you can't agree with me and hold that position. That it is of no moment. It is absolutely of moment. We're in the throes of this thing, finding out that we were party to state-sponsored servitude. And you are saying it is of no moment to explain how we ended up there?
Then my brother...
Fox, I'm going to have to ask you if you've lost your marbles too?
No, still asking me, but my brother, All I'm trying to say to you, the minister have a lot to do. The time when he got spent to explain to you.
He asked for the work, you know. Nobody forced any minister of government.
No, they asked us for
They asked for the work. So
Yes.
so now that it comes time for them to multitask and do multiple critical things at the same time, don't try to make excuses for them. That's why they're there. They have to learn to multitask. Don't lower the bar so much, man. Take the bar out the mud.
We agree with you, my brother. But
No, you're not agreeing with me. We're fundamentally disagreed. No, but it's true. We are fundamentally disagreed. You think the minister was right to make that approach of trying not to respond to the questions. And that can't be. And because he was trying to sell us that line too, that he doesn't really want to go there. No, you can't come to the people of Jamaica and tell us that. No, that you've revealed all of these things to us. That the Cubans weren't in possession of their passports. And he named the Ministry of Foreign Affairs name dropped speaker, and now the speaker head doesn't want to touch it with a long stick. Something is happening here, and we need to get all the facts. Governments must err on the side of transparency every single time.
Tyrone, I don't know how much you know about contracts, my brother. I don't know much. You know much.
I'm a little youth from Marvel. I don't know much about much, man. I'm just a little youth from Marvel. I don't know much about much.
No, man, but look here. We have to think, outside. There are more to this than we think,
That is why they need to answer the questions, my brother.
And the country is separated now because the PNP is saying one thing, the government is wicked, and the government is trying to sell us.
But you're making my point for me. The fact that there are so many questions swirling around, that's the reason they need to respond to the questions. Well, and don't tell us that let's we can't. We don't just sweep things under the rug. We need to get the understanding of the facts, so that we can move forward. That's how we do things, not the other way around, Fox. I have to take another call though, Fox. We've been at it for a little while. But thank you so much for the call, and do enjoy the weekend. All right. Look. There's no way anyone who believes in transparency and believes in holding the government accountable should be saying that attempt by Dr. Christopherson, to say let's move on is acceptable. It's not acceptable. And I challenged the minister on it. And if he came back on the program and took a similar position, I'd challenge him again. Yeah, I know many of you might not like that, but that's the way it ought to be done. Anthony, top of the morning to you.
Good morning, my brother.
How are things with you, man?
My nephew, at least. My nephew.
How are you, sir?
Yes, brother Tyrone. With Mr. Jackson. From my hearing about 2 nights ago on the TV, I was so upset when I hear that man talking about the Cuban.
And rightly so.
Because what I'm saying, I am wondering how old is Cliff Jackson that he don't know that is the People's National Party bringing in the Cuban and have them working here, which we feel good about that because the Cubans, many of them belong to Jamaican before they capture over to the communist system. Cubans were there, their family out here, many of them. No, they make that contract, sign that contract with the Cuba. They are the one who signed those contracts with the Cuban government from first, for the government.
1976, I think the program started. And based on reportage I've heard, Edward Seaga put a pause to the program in the 80s.
Yes.
And I gather it was resumed sometime thereafter. And it has continued ever since. And the government is now discovering what the government has been doing. And that is what I'm saying is problematic. I don't understand that. How can the government just now be discovering what the government has been doing for about 50 years?
Yes, but what I'm saying, just know that those contracts type of, I don't know what to call it, this contract was signed by his government. And it's maintained until now, which I said, well, it's really long, it should end. When the farm worker go in America or Canada to work, when they go up, they get a part of their money up there, and the rest come to the Jamaican, send to the Jamaica government. When you come home, you get your money. How can people working and don't get the money at all? You send the people money, go to Cuba, go give it to the government. Eh?
I want to read for you, Anthony, something that a listener sent in, and for the listeners and viewers to me. And this listener says, our farm work program almost got shut down because our government took 20% of their salaries as savings for them, So when they come back, they had some money put away and didn't spend it off. The main issue was that the money was going to a government account. They fixed it by asking the farm work employers to remit the 20%, but to accounts held locally by each farm worker locally. And to note, the farm workers had no issue with the former arrangement. Absolutely, people working, they should be the ones collecting their pay. That's what should happen in a liberal democracy. We can't be party to state-sponsored servitude.
The part that gets me so upset again, he is talking about the Chinese. Oh, we running the Cuban and we're not running the Chinese. We cannot.
Is that what is happening with the Chinese too? I'm happy you raised that with me, Anthony. Is that really what is happening with the Chinese? Are we not paying the workers? Are the workers not being paid directly? He has raised that the specter of that being the case, and that's something that we need to look into. Perhaps the newsroom can look into that as well. What was the arrangement with the Chinese workers? Are we also not paying those workers who are here laboring? Or is it that China Harbor, well, because we have a contract with China Harbor, and then China Harbor would pay their workers, I would suppose. But it's perhaps worth looking into to see. No stone should be left unturned, because we can't repeat this. And all of these people, including the PICA folks, are the boss of PICA, who is saying he doesn't want to respond to questions that we're asking him. That is not acceptable. It is entirely unacceptable, and all of them need to come out and tell us what they know, when they knew it, and what part they played in facilitating this, yes, and what part they played in resolving it. And ending this program is the right thing to do if the Cuban government does not want to amend the details of the arrangement.
The Cubans are very nice people. Those doctors and nurses, I can tell you that they are very, very nice people, because I have to with them for several times.
Yes.
Up to yesterday. Yeah. So when he passed out the assertion, it look away. The Cubans are our brothers and sisters and our closest neighbor. We're not going to talk about President Trump and President Trump to him we send home the Cuban. Trump cannot let we send home the people who are working here. We can't tell Trump who to work with, who we must employ and those things. So how Trump could ever tell me that our government...
Look, the pressure being brought to bear by the Trump administration, we're not foolhardy. Clearly, that is what forced us to try to renegotiate the terms. And then when the Cuban government wasn't really cooperating with us, then we started to lift up the sheets to see what is under the sheets, because we've been in bed with them so long. So now we're looking under the sheet to see what is really there. And then we found out that these are some of the problems. Some of the claims that are being made are actually true. The appropriate response is to end the program if they do not wish to amend the terms of the agreement. Absolutely no two ways about that. We have to leave it there, though, Anthony. We've gone over time. I have to leave it there. But thanks for the call, and do enjoy the weekend. All right. This is Cliff Hughes Online. It's the TJ
Cuban government and the nurses. Jamaica was not able to offer the full healthcare to people here. Generally, at that time, we had a prime minister that said he would go to the mountaintop with capture. Getting help is a plus side. So, suppose the grass patch is not looking at the depth of it. Now that is beginning to come more in light that are holding on to them passports and those things will begin to get aggressive. Now, if Caster's going to send his people to you, he pays for their education. He wants back his pay back. Like, oh, we are training nurses and teachers, they are doing them gone left with. Because suppose in an attempt to keep or get back his money, he would sign such a contract.
What do you mean, get back his money?
Well,
The money belongs to Castro, it belongs to the people of Cuba.
It's taxpayers' money.
Yes, so, but quite frankly, the way you're saying it now is how the Cuban regime would see it. But that's not the case. The money doesn't belong to them. It belongs to the people of Cuba. And you invest in your people, and the way to get it back is to collect their money and then only send them a portion of it, and to keep their passports away from them. That's the way to get back your investment. We invest in people in this country, and what we do in a democratic society, yes, is that we bond you. You sign a contract, and you say you come back and work for X amount of years, or for the government or in the country, or you say if you have to leave, this is the payout clause. Absolutely, that is how a democratic society works. This that we're looking at it is anti-democracy, and it is state-sponsored servitude. It should not be defended. And I hope that's not what you're doing.
No, Tyrant was always anti-democracy. It's communism helping us. And that's how they figure it's the best way to do. No. Whoa. Communism
helping us, and so we must be party to it by paying them in US dollars?
Oh, you're going to get the nurses to help the people.
All right. Did you hear the argument from our own government that the Cuban government has amended the arrangement with a number of other countries?
Because as time goes by, more people.
So why are they refusing to amend it with Jamaica?
We are not able to train our people properly.
Why are they refusing to amend it with Jamaica? They've amended the terms with other countries so that the program can continue. Why are they? If they're really about helping people, they should not have a problem with the government of Jamaica paying the doctors and the nurses directly. If the Cuban government is about helping its brothers and sisters in the region, it should not have any difficulty with its people being paid directly.
Government want to get back their company.
Well, you can look at it like that, and I'll see it for what it is.
Remember, it didn't just happen, remember it's from 2023,
No, 2023 is when it expired. The last contract expired.
I have not renewed it because I think it was the wrong step forward in the years gone by. Now that we can get some Ghana and other African countries, it's a more open situation. And the reason why the minister don't want to come here and defend it, because it's going to put the former prime minister who to make us seem to fall is so wrong. You put him in a bad light, that was an arrangement by his government. And I must be honest with you, I don't agree with what's happening either. But then we have to look at it from a common sensical point of view. Because at the time, Jamaica couldn't even find food. Therefore, getting medical help, we would ride with it. And I'm in agreement with what's happening now, but before then, it could not.
Yeah, but we were flirting with the communist idea as well. And thankfully, that didn't succeed here.
Thanks for cousin place. So what was I do?
Thankfully, it didn't succeed here. I have to leave it there, though, my brother. Thank you so much for the call.
I support it not being succeeded. All right?
All right, man. I appreciate it. All right. Who else do we have online? William, top of the morning to you. You're up next.
Greetings, sir.
Mas William, how are things with you, sir? How is the JETC treating you?
Well, why not? Still I treat me rough.
My goodness.
Can I tell you, we stop at the bus stop right at the terminus since morning. I wait for a 17 or a 18 or a 16 to come to my 1 hour. 1 hour before you get one.